Hello students, this is last scene of Act Second, scene 7th, and this takes place in the forest of Arjun. And we see here that Duke Senior is sitting with his followers, and he asks about Jax, that I think he be transformed into a beast, and for I can nowhere find him like a man. He says that where is the Jax, and he has changed his temperaments, his thinking, his ideology has changed. He has become totally a philosophical man or like a beast. And then he says that where is the Jax, and he's asked one lords to find him, that where he's in the forest. And on that time Jax arrives there, and Duke Senior says, why, how much, sir, what life is this, that your poor friends must owe your company. And Duke Senior asks him that, Jax, where are you? Your friends, your colleagues are searching you, and where have you been? And Jack says, a fool, I met a fool in the forest. A motley fool, a miserable world. As I do live by food, I met a fool. Food laid him down on and bathed him in the sun, and dwelled on Lady Fortune in good terms. So Jakes start to speak louder, and he says that I have met a fool in the forest. I mean, he himself is also like a fool. I mean, he is also a jester who tries to entertain the king, and he feels himself as a wise. He think of himself as a wise man, but many times he speaks um, which are not the many times he speaks things which are not for a wiser man, can't be spoken by a wiser man. And he says that I have seen a fool. And then Duke Senior asks, what fool is this? And Jake say, oh worthy fool, on that has been a courtier. Duke Senior, he is surprised, and he asks that what type of fool you have met. And he says that that is a worthy fool, and he says that he has been in a court also. So then Duke Senior says, you shall have one, Jax, it is my one suit, provided that you with your better judgment or full opinion that grows rank in them. So that was the talking. I mean, Jax gives different sorts of argument and things there, and Duke Senior listens, and in you read the text of students, and then suddenly there we see that Orlando comes there, keeping a sword in his hand, and he says, forbear and eat no more. Orlando shouts there, and he says that no one is allowed to eat anything. Be away. Jax, why I have eaten none yet? And you see that Jax is entertainer, and he speaks foolishly many times. He says that I have eaten none yet. He says मैंने अभी तक किसी को भी नहीं खाया है. And Orlando says, no, shall not till necessary be served. Jax, of what kind should this cock come of? Then Jax says, who is this one? And Duke Senior says, are you bolden man by the distress, or else you would despair of good manners? That is in civility you seemed so empty. Orlando, you touched my vein at first, the thorny point of where distress has been vision from the show. Wapas more. And now some nurture, but forbear I say, he dies that touches my any of this fruit, till I and my affairs are answered. Then Duke Senior asked him that, young man, are you devoid of manners, or you are doing this intentionally, or you have some reason? I mean the appearance of Orlando was so surprised, and he behaved in a rude manner with a sword, and says that no one is allowed to eat anything. So these things are really surprising for Duke Senior. He says that, why are you behaving in such a way, young man? Either you are a mischievous person, or either you don't have that manners, or there is some other reason which is valid for this behavior. And then Orlando says, no one will touch this food till my affair, I mean my matter, my answer is over. And then Duke says, what would you have? Your gentleness shall force. And then Orlando says, I almost die for food, and let me have it. Then Orlando says that I am dying for food, and let me have it. Then Duke Senior says, sit down and feed, and welcome to our table. Then Duke Senior says that you come and sit with us and eat that. And then Orlando says, the answer of Orlando, these lines are really very important, students, and you read for these, and even when you are writing characterization of a story, of any character, or you are describing the story, you can write that also. Orlando, speak you so gently, pardon me, I pray you. I thought that all things had been savage here, and therefore put I on the countenance or stern commandment, but whatever you are. And he says here, you read this whole line, students. While I like it, though, I go to find my phone and give it to food. There is an old poor man. This that is the important line here. Such behavior by Orlando was done to feed Adam. He has left Adam in the forest there, and he promised Adam that I will be back with food. And looking Duke Senior and his followers, he tried to snatch the food with a sword in his hand, and he says that I need this food for an old man who is with me, and if I won't serve him the food, he would die of hunger. And hearing this one, Duke Senior says that you take the food for that man. And then on that time, Jakes Jakes recite a poem, utter a poem, says some lines, philosophical lines, and these lines have been adopted as a great poem of Shakespeare in many books, in the class 12th of Rasan board also. And this poem, student, you must have read in your class 12th, and if you haven't read it again. And I would also explain you. Read it first yourself, and if you find any question, then ask me there. I will read it completely. All the world is a stage, and all the men and women are mere players. They have their exits and their entrances, and one man in his time plays many parts. So these are his lines. The starting line of the whole world is like a stage, and all people are performing their parts. Same man presents different parts at same time. A man who is husband, he is a brother also. He is a brother-in-law also. For his profession, he is a professional worker also. A same person is performing so many parts in this world, and this world is like a stage. Nothing is permanent here. And Shakespeare has given so many lines which are the basic maxims, which have become the maxim for the life. So all these, this is a great poem here, and in this poem, the 7 stages of men are described here. I would like to make a separate video for this poem. 7 stages of men, how men right from his childhood or infant stage till the end, what are the stages and how man passes from there, and what does he do in his different stages, we will read in this poem. And in a separate video I will tell you, students. And till then, you read this poem, and if you have any question, send me here. And then we get another song, that is third song. Blow, blow, you winter wind, you are not so unkind. A man's ingratitude, the tooth is not so keen, because you are not seen. Amiens sing that song in the forest, and this is also a nice song which is asked in examination. Blow, blow, you winter wind, you are not so unkind. Yes, man's ingratitude, the tooth is not so keen. He says that the weather is harsh in the forest, and the winter is blowing, but he says that blow, blow, you winter wind, you are not so unkind as the man. A man is full of ingratitude. He is very harsh, he is very cruel, he is very deceiving, and he is very, we can say that, harmful for the humanity. So the man, he says that the winter, you are harsh, but you are not that much harsh as the man, because of that Duke Frederick, they are living in the forest. Because of Orlando is also in the forest, and people are facing the hard miseries. So he says that the harshness of weather is not that much piercing, that the cruel act of man. And in here again, with this song, Duke Senior, at the end of the song by Amiens, Duke Senior says, if that you were the good Sir Roland's sons, I you have whispered faithfully you were, and as mine eye does effigies witness. And in the end of the scene, when Duke Senior comes to know about Orlando's identification, Orlando's introduction, that he is the son of Sir Roland de Boys, and he feels happy that he was his follower, and his son is also now with him in the forest. And with this, the scene of 7th of act second ends here, and the two we have completed here 2 act of this comedy. And my dear student, I hope that you will read this. And there are different aspects and different meanings of comedy and pastoral comedy. What is the meaning of the pastoral, and what is the meaning of what are the characteristics of the pastoral comedy, and what are different characters, how their characteristics there. So through different aspects we will go there. You will start with this text and ask me if you have any query in the group. Thank you.